let us continue with the inside current affairs quiz, and we have started the economy topic yesterday, so let's continue with that. So the fifth fact for today is about the on-tap licensing. What is this one? According to RBI, the on-tap licensing means it is a RBI window for granting banking license to open throughout the year. Be open throughout the year. So banking license would be kept open throughout the year, which is called on-tap licensing. What is the next fact? It is about the partial capital account convertibility. And recently we have heard that we are liberating the economy. So what does this mean? It means easing of ECB, that is external commercial borrowing, intro of FAR is fully accessible route, and NRI can invest government security. So NRIs are allowed to invest even in the G6, and there is also increase in FPI limit in Indian debt market, and then allow outboard FPI by Indian incorporation entity. So these are some of the liberating steps under the partial capital account convertibility regime. So the next fact is about the merchant banker or VCF or stock. What is this one? So these things were regulated by SEBI. Merchant banker, VCF, and then stock market, etc. Whereas in case of insurance company, it is regulated by IRDAI, and in case of chit funds, it is regulated by the state government. So what is the next fact? It is about the International Development Association. Part of World Bank helps world's poorest country. So this is a part of World Bank. It will help the poorest country. Very low interest rate for 30 to 40 years, and it also gives grants to countries which are at risk. So the next fact is about the SDR. It is the interest bearing international reserve asset, and it's created by IMF, that is International Monetary Fund, and its value is daily set by the IMF, SDR value, and it can be held and used by the member countries, but it's only for the prescribed holders. So the next fact is about the stagflation, which is stagnant growth and unemployment. The condition is called stagflation. Now the next fact is about the reason for involuntary financial exclusion. What is the reason? Lack of surplus income, remoteness of service provider, high transaction cost, and poor service quality. These are the reasons for involuntary financial exclusion, and government is taking steps to overcome it. And the next fact is about the formalization of economy. Bringing companies under regulatory regime of government is called formalization. It will establish the rule of law will be established, and the even labor laws will be implemented if formalization happened. And other benefit is that there will be increase in tax to GDP ratio also. What's the next fact? It is about the inflation. So if there is spike in specific food, how to control it? We can temporarily burn on the export, and we can increase the import and impose stock limit. So this should be increase in import. So the next fact is about the tax revenue for Indian government. What are the tax revenue for Indian government? It's due to the excise duty and the IT, which is income tax. And the next fact is about the reserve asset. What is this reserve asset? It means they are readily available and it's controlled by policy makers, and it is easily transferable also, and it is in the form of what are the reserve amounts. It can be in the form of dollars or gold bullion also. It accounts for nearly 68.5% of India's international financial asset. As of September 2021, the reserve asset constitutes 68.5% for India. And the next fact is about the inflation. Redistributes wealth from creditor to debtor, because after inflation the person who got the money as debt will be benefited, that is lender suffers, whereas the debtor is benefited during inflation. With every inflation, currency of the economy depreciates. So this is an important fact. And the next MCQ fact is about the internal debt. What are called internal debt? The loan raised in open market and the T-bill issued to state government, commercial bank, and the non-interest bearing rupee security to international financial institution. So these are called internal debt. Don't confuse international financial institutions with the external debt. And the next fact is about the AIB. Its headquarters is in Beijing. So this is an Asian infrastructure bank. So this will help to increase the economic and social outcome in Asia. India is the second largest shareholder after China, and it also allows non-sovereign entity to apply for membership. So these are facts about AIB. And the next one is about the FDI. It's regulated through the FEMA Act, Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999. And big unlisted Indian companies will also contribute to FDI. And in case of listed company, 10% paid up capital equity is required. So what is seed capital? Early funding required to get a new business started, which is called seed capital. The initial capital or funding required, which is called seed capital. Then what about IIBX? It is in Indian International Bullion Exchange. It is located at Gift City, Gujarat, and it's the Maiden IFSC in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, Gandhinagar. And it can store physical gold and silver also. So what is the advantage of this bullion exchange in India? All bullion import will be channelized through exchange. So every import will be channelized in a particular direction here. Next fact is about the Gini coefficient or the Gini ratio. What is this one? It is the income or wealth inequality. 0 means perfect equality and 1 means perfect inequality. Next fact is about the inflation. If prices of only one good has gone up, it's not inflation. Inflation is the general rise in price. And if just one good price rises, it's not inflation. And the next fact is about the production tax and subsidy. They are independent of the volume of production. Either you produce little amount or big amount, that doesn't matter. Same tax and subsidy will be provided. And in the factor cost, this one is basically the market price minus the tax. So it does not include tax. And the next fact is about the import cover. Number of months of import could be paid for by a country's forex reserve. So this is import cover. It is the number of import could be paid for by a country's forex reserve. And what is boom? It is a strong upward fluctuation in the economic activity. We have seen about this curve. So this is the boom period. So this down, then here we will call it recovery, and at this stage it will rise, so it's called growth. So these are the some of the economy facts. Now let's look at two of the miscellaneous topic facts also. First one is about the Saharia tribe. They are located in Madhya Pradesh, and it is a type of PVTG, that is particularly vulnerable tribal group, and they are mostly woodsmen, that is forest, they dwell in forest, woodcutters kind of thing. And what is their skill? Their skill is in making catechu from kaya trees. So this is about the Saharia tribe. Now the next fact is about the Fields Medal. This has been given in the field of mathematics. It's a kind of Nobel Prize in mathematics. Recently it was given to the Ukraine mathematician Marina Vyazovska by this particular medal is given by IMU, that is International Mathematician Union. So that's all for today. Thank you.